Yeah, thanks, Linga. Thanks everybody for being here. This is, probably by far the toughest press conference I've had to do in my career. It's, we've lost a loved member of our family. And listening to your stories while you're sitting here, I mean, I think Cornal will always be remembered for a guy that had a hell of a lot of energy, always up for a joke. He was for very long. He was the heart and soul of his team. I mean, he basically trademarked the backs chant that is still going today. I mean, I got a little emotional when the team actually did it again today before training, because it brings back so many memories. Not to talk even about him doing the I'm a Billy after a Vodacom Bulls win, and the passion he had there. But I think if I look on the groups today, firstly, I mean, all the messages we get from all over, he was such a loved person by everybody. I don't think anybody in this room or outside can say anything bad about Cornal. And I mean, that's testimony to the person he is. I mean, as little as about a week ago, I was speaking to Cornal about possibly a role here after rugby, because we know what he can add. So it's with great shock that the news came this morning. Our thoughts and prayers are obviously with Stephanie, his wife, and the 3 kids. I don't think there's words that can console them at this time, and I think we can just show our respect to them as a family, and the person that Cornal was. He will be unbelievably missed, and just the way Cornal was always the same person, whether he was selected or not. And I think that's a testimony or it's a great example that was set to younger players. I mean, I remember a video it was sent on the group the morning of the match against the Stormers last year, which was a sold-out match. And he was in his yard, and he threw himself with water, and he was without a shirt, and he did the I'm a Billy with the most passion you can ever see. I think that really shows him as a person. So he'll be missed. But he won't be forgotten. Gladly take any questions, please.
Can I kind of ask you just the sense of the feeling amongst players, because he was quite close with a lot of players. In fact, the whole squad, any players they played with. Do you have an idea of what the sense like amongst the players?
Brucey, I mean, I think it goes without saying that it's great sadness. There's a somber mood around the camp this morning. So I mean, we had a light training session this morning, and the rest of the day will be off. I think it's very hard for anybody to focus at this stage with the news only breaking this morning. So I think we'll regroup and take it again tomorrow. I think it makes you realize again there's bigger things than rugby. It's just a sport.
Can I ask my last question? Back then, obviously, I was privileged to be here when you guys invited him, announced him, launched him here. Back then, was it an easy decision for this union to sign Cornal Hendricks, knowing his background and his medical situation back then?
Look, I need to state it categorically that it was At that stage, we got medical advice from Dr. Wouter Basson, and we got that on a yearly basis as well to get him cleared. And the reality always was that rugby won't make it worse, but there will always be an issue with his heart, and whether he plays rugby, whether he doesn't play rugby, it could have an impact in the long term.
Hey, the thing that I think with the Cornal we all knew was happy to accept the risks that came with that as well. And I don't think, as far as I know, it didn't feature ever in the team environment as an issue.
No, not at all. Not at all. And look, these things can obviously, there's no perfect time for it to happen, but as close as the Bulls was to Cornal's heart, that close Boland was to his heart. And for him to be there to get them back into Currie Cup, it was probably a good thing.
And those early days, you guys thought of any sort of tribute on Saturday for that game?
Yeah, Brendan, I mean, it's, as you know, it goes through a process, but there'll definitely be something on Saturday.
Okay, obviously, I mean, I know you Cornal quite well. After you stop playing professional rugby, you obviously all go in your own bubble, your own way. I mean, isn't this a good opportunity for rugby teams and clubs to start reuniting all of the ex-players to get behind all of the franchises? Because South African rugby, in certain extents, obviously are struggling. But I mean, using a guy like Cornal, I mean, every time I go on social media, you see all of the tributes that's been given to him. Isn't this a time for former players, coaches to start reuniting and start getting behind our professional teams? Because a guy like Cornal is testament to how he loved rugby, now he loved the professional teams. Doesn't matter if he played for the Bulls or back at Willows. So yeah, I don't know if that's something.
No, look, 100%. Again, as I say, I think Cornal embodied the spirit of what rugby should be, and I think we must never forget that. Whether that's with internal fighting, politics, whatever it might be. Rugby is a game to be enjoyed by all, and to provide entertainment on a weekend for everybody. And I think Cornal always showed that on the field. I mean, he had some great performances, not just for us, for the Springboks, Blitzboks, Boland, Cheetahs, but always with a smile on his face, you know. But at the end of the day, it's a privilege to play the sport. It's a privilege to be involved in it, so that must never be forgotten.
I think 21 was it? Sorry, 21 was a special year. I call. He was named Currie Cup Player of the Year.
He was man of the match in the Currie Cup final that year, yeah, against the Sharks.
And he also shared the Player of the Year award with Martin.
Yeah, I don't have. Your memory might be better than mine, Percy.
But it also shows the type of player he was on the field. I'm so sorry, Edgar, I thought about this and I'm thinking, if I've been insensitive by making this statement, he had a heart of steel on the field.
And he had a heart of gold off it. So, yeah, look, I think if there was a team man of the year award every year, he would have won it every year he was here.
Ek wil net nou net gespreek hier sê ek het siel van span gewees. Ek onthou hoe hy daai jaar die bulle lengste in Dublin gewen het, ons al weet om gepraat het. En wat hy toe gesê het, nee, maar hy nie ander manne het tas en tweede het gepak. Ek kom nie terug by Pretoria en hulle gaan van Kaap toe ook nog. Hoe belangrik was dit in daai stadium? Jy weet jy het nie aangekom met die bridge, hy was net aangestel gewees. Maar ou se Cornal het hier kom aan te wat.
En weer eens, is ongelooflik die rol wat senior spelers in 'n span speel. Ek dink dis hoekom ons probeer daai balans hou tussen ouer ouens en jonger ouens, want daai voorbeeld wat gestel word deur die ouer ouens en die manne wat nog steeds hier is, byvoorbeeld in 'n saamkaar van positief bly deur alles, as jy gekies word, nie gekies word, jy bly dieselfde persoon. Ek dink dit is waardevolle lesse vir jou weierspan, en ek dink iemand het dit beter wat persoonlik as Cornal nie.
Edgar, his family, is there any way that we can maybe contribute to, something for them to make sure that they're taken care of, and are they being taken care of as well?
Yeah, look, so we in the discussions with the family as well as with our shareholders as to how we can support. So as soon as we've got clarity on how we can support and what we can do going forward, that will be shared to the media, and we can take it from there. Thank you for that.
Thank Brett, he also had a foundation, maybe get involved in moving it.
100%. I mean, he probably left us in September last year, and him and Devon still run soup kitchens in Pretoria. So that again, it just shows the heart of the guy. Yeah, so I think, I mean, that's the reality of it. It's yes, it's his family, but he was caring for a lot of other people. That's not his blood family, but that he was looking after.
To be honest, ek kan kan help op 'n Afrikaans van is regtig emosioneel die situasie. Hoe groot interessant is dit vir hierdie unie vir julle as spelers, mense hier by die unie om voormalige spelers soos Cornal Hendricks te hoor. Hulle het nie familie gehad.
Dis presies dit. Dit voel soos dood in familie vandag. Dit is Cornal was 'n groot deel van hierdie familie, en alhoewel hy nou die laaste paar maande terug in Wellington was, is daai band nie gebreek nie. So ja, ek dink dit is 'n emosionele dag vir die bulle.
Family obviously, you guys obviously quite cut up right here right now. Do you guys take any satisfaction out of having sort of fought in the last chapter of his life, recognized players, obviously out there, mind, the opportunity to play for so long, without permission?
So obviously, I mean, for him to live out his passion is a great thing. I mean, for us to take credit for it would be totally wrong. Knowing the person that Cornal is, he would have found a way to live out this passion, whether it was at the Bulls or somewhere else. He's got such a strong will that medical advice he would have gotten on his own, and he would have got somewhere else to play. Even if it was just club rugby, that would have been enough for him because he loved the game. So no, I wouldn't at this stage want to take, as a Bulls brand, any credit for that.